So the first one today that I want to get through is the robot voice versus the emotion voice. Okay, so I couldn't think of a better word for the emotion voice, so I thought I'd just leave that in. The robot voice. So you're in a role play. Remember, you have 2 role plays. Each role play will last for 5 minutes. You've got 2 to 3 minutes preparation time before each role play card to prepare yourself to understand, the task, the background. So the task, the background, and the setting. So you need to really understand all of that. And you also, in that preparation time, you can ask maybe what the pronunciation of this word is. What does this word mean? You should absolutely ask the interlocutor, who is a trained English teacher, and they play the role of the patient, the carer, the parent. You can ask them, how should I address you? What's your name? What do you want me to call you? And they'll tell you, David, Julia, Rachel, whatever their name might be. And so as soon as your role play starts, and particularly in the sections where you might have in the task section, it might say reassure the patient, okay? You don't do that with a robot voice. Why? Because it shows that you don't care. And your voice is such an important tool, and especially with OET 2.0, with the updates for speaking, when it comes to building relationships, showing a non-judgmental attitude, showing deep care for the patient or the carer or the parent. You've got to show that you are able to provide effective intonation. You're able to enunciate your words, to show that you've got that heart. Show me your heart is what I keep saying to our speaking mock exam group class students each week, because some students, they just have this monotone voice. Hello, my name is Dr. Alex, and I will be looking after you today. I believe from my notes that you have got some chest pain. Is that correct? Okay, or tell me more about it. Do you think Dr. Alex cares about you as a patient with that voice? Pure robot monotone voice, okay? It doesn't show that care whatsoever. It doesn't. If I say, okay, I understand it's difficult for you right now. I really care about you. Okay, I don't think that you really care about me. I don't think you understand my condition. Or for example, the emotion voice, you can hear it in my voice. And remember, I should say that when your role plays are sent to Australia, it's just the audio recordings that the examiner is listening to, not the video, which I believe in future will make the OET speaking exam a better exam, because you'll be able to see the video, you'll be able to see all the non-verbal cues, the hand gestures, the facial expressions, all of these things. Even sometimes, perhaps, if the doctor or the nurse is leaning in more towards the patient, it shows even more care. But those things at the moment have not been introduced. So it's all based on your voice and what the examiner can hear. So as I demonstrated the robot voice, and if I demonstrate the emotion voice, I absolutely understand the difficulties that you're facing right now. But I just want to let you know, Alan, I just want to let you know, Julia, that we are here to help you on your way to recovery. And this is the medication that I think will help you on that road to recovery. Is that okay with you? Would you like me to explain more? Okay, which one's better, the robot voice or the emotion voice? Let me know in the chat box. Okay, did you hear in the second example, did you hear my heart? Did you hear that I had that care for you? Could you hear it in my voice? Was I emphasizing different words and phrases? I absolutely understand the difficulties you must be facing right now. Cancer is not something that is easy to care for, but I'm telling you that you're in the best hands right now, and we can do the very, very best for you to help you get back to your old self. Can you hear that in my voice? Because you need to play that role of the actor or actress, okay? Joseph said the emotional voice is definitely better. Lorenzo, definitely, yes. And Italians are very good with their emotions, Lorenzo. They usually don't have the emotional voice. My friend, I've got a good friend, his name's Simone, he's from Italy, and he has very emotional voice. So it's really, I mean, no matter which country you're from, but yes, please show your emotion. Lorenzo said, yes, of course. So it doesn't matter which country you're from, show your emotion in your voice. Very, very important. We've got lots of people on Facebook saying, Rita, emotional voice. Good to see one of our VIP students. Judy, excellent. One of our VIP students. Kutub, yeah, emotional voice, of course. So don't be the robot. You need to play the role of an actor or an actress and the doctor, nurse, medical professional together, okay? So think of this as a role in a play or a film or whatever. Show your emotion. Of course, it's got to be natural as well. You can't just emphasize words just because you want to. For example, you could say something like, you know, I really want to help you to get back to your usual health. And what we can do, okay, if I said and, emphasize is quite strange. It just seems like you're trying to emphasize and show the emotional voice for the sake of it. There's no meaning to it. But if I say I can absolutely tell you right now that the doctor will come and see you very, very soon and help you with your condition. So you can hear I said absolutely. Maybe the patient has showed some concern that they are with the nurse. So for example, it might be a nurse role play and the patient is with the nurse, and the patient is getting restless and anxious and worried and annoyed that they only want to see a doctor. They don't want to see a nurse right now. But your role as a nurse is to reassure them and say, don't worry, I'm going to go through some of your symptoms right now, and absolutely the doctor will be with you, you know, in less than 5 minutes. So you can see I said, actually, let's play a test. What words did I emphasize then? Please let me know in the chat box, what words did I emphasize? Because those words are the ones that will reassure the patient particularly. So you might want to pick out those key words in your speaking that will show that you're emphasizing with a purpose behind it. You have to emphasize with a purpose behind it. Okay, so Joseph said absolutely, yes, correct. That was the first one. Okay, what was the other word that I emphasized? So absolutely, because if I say the doctor might see you very, very soon, okay, if I say might, then they might get annoyed because it might be a yes or a no. It might just be the doctor seeing them an hour or 2 hours later, they might have to wait. So absolutely was the first one. What was the second one that I emphasized? Can you let me know in the chat box? What was the other one that I emphasized? So Juliet, Kutub, absolutely. Anyone else? Can you tell me? Yes, Densi, very good. Less than 5 minutes, correct. So those were the ones I emphasized. Why? Because there was the purpose behind it. Absolutely. So definitely is more like a definite kind of term, more certain that the doctor will come. Less than 5 minutes. So people are always worried about time. In less than 5 minutes, I can absolutely assure you right now the doctor will come and see you in less than 5 minutes. So yeah, it's really important to emphasize. So please have that in your notes about emphasizing. Don't have the robot voice. Show emotion in your voice, ladies and gentlemen.